Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, welcome, welcome to a whole new week. Woo! Ask Me Anything stream. Yay! I'm Rosemary, Nonny Knight, RNK for short, and I help you leave behind the past and rise victorious in your true design life. Leave behind the pain of the past, whatever went on, any drama or any nonsense. Even the regular stuff, sometimes just carrying the past into our future does not help. So you leave that stuff behind and then you rise victorious in your true design life. I believe everybody has the opportunity to live a life of freedom, of fulfillment, of financial abundance, and a love-drenched life if you will claim it. And that's where I come in, is to support you in claiming it, because most of the time we kind of get caught up in nonsense that keeps us from the life that is ours by divine right. Okay, we have a new affirmation for this week. There's a question that we're going to answer as well. The affirmation first and foremost is, I am riding the waves of plenty. I am riding the waves of plenty. I am basking in abundant wealth. I love this. It was actually last week or something. I was just kind of, the divine, I think I was. I don't know. Ultimately it came through me. It was just this riding the waves of plenty, riding the waves of plenty. It was one morning last week when I was doing my quiet time. You were riding the waves of plenty, and I could just see myself on a wave, riding the waves. I'm not a wave person. I'm not really even a water person much, but I could picture this inside of me, this whole riding the waves of plenty, feeling abundant, feeling, oh my gosh, it's just all so cool and easy and amazing and yay! And I want you to really picture that. Imagine yourself riding the waves of plenty. I don't care what's happening in your physical reality. We don't live from our physical reality. Hello, Alex. Lovely to have you here, honey. We build our life from within, okay? We walk by faith, not by sight, okay? So we build our life from within. So when I'm saying these words to you, I'm riding the waves of plenty. I want you to feel that. I want you to see yourself almost like riding on a seabed of lots of cash and lots of great relationships, and everything is just abundant and everything feels amazing. There's love all around you. There's wealth all around you, and you're just, everything is amazing. I want you to feel that, okay? And the affirmation, the song that I've put to it is this. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm basking in abundant wealth. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm basking in abundant wealth. I'm basking in abundant wealth. I'm basking in abundant wealth. Woohoo! Woohoo! So I want you to take that with you and just really, really keep going over and over and over and over and over and over and over it again, and feeling yourself really being elevated, feeling yourself really riding the waves. You're above all the nonsense. Nothing touches you because, honey, you are riding the waves of plenty. Okay? Plenty. Yeah. Okay, so our question for today is this. Something along, I don't want to be very specific because I like to keep these things anonymous. These are questions that come from you guys, okay? I like to keep it anonymous, but at the same time, I want to try and give people answers that they can actually do something with. Remember, you get the opportunity as well to ask me anything. You can send me a private message or you can put it in the comments below. Preferably find the post about Ask Me Anything, because if I can put all the questions in one place, that way I'm not trying to find them everywhere, basically. Or just send me a message and I will do a live stream something along these lines. I won't answer it privately. I'm not doing the private answer thing. Sometimes people think that they can get kind of private mentoring that way. But no, I don't do that. I will, however, answer it, but I will do it probably in a live stream of some sort, okay? I want to be able to answer everybody's questions. This is your time, so ask me anything on relationships, on health, on wealth, on work, whatever. Prosperity in all areas of your life is your divine right, and my desire is to see us all rise victorious into that life, okay? Okay, so this question was something along the lines of, how do I hear the divine tell me about my purpose? How do I know what my purpose is? Which is a question that comes to me very, very frequently, actually. People always wanting to know, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? I just know that the thing I'm doing right now is not the right thing, but I don't know how to hear what I am supposed to be doing. And I talk a lot about true design. What is your true design life? Because I do believe that there is a life that we're all, for each specific person, there's a particular life that you're here to live. So I don't even think about it just in terms of your work or what you're going to, although we spend a lot of our time working, right? But I don't think about it just in terms of work. I think about it even in terms of the relationships in your life. There's a true design for that. There's a position for you that when you're in that position with the right kind of people or right people around you, doing the right work, nourishing your body in the right way, having the right amount in your account, whatever that looks like for you, that is your true design. And you wake up in the morning and you're thinking, yes, I get to live this life. Okay? Say hello, guys. Say hello. I want to hear from you guys. I want to tell me if you're one, agreeing with me, or even if you're not, you can ask questions. If you're a bit too argumentative though, But anyway, it would still be lovely to hear from you. So tell me where you're streaming from. So I believe that everybody has that. I don't believe there's any mistake about you being on this planet at this time. There's a reason for you to be here. There's something that you're specifically here to do. Absolutely. There's the true design for you. But how do you hear it? Now, the thing I find, and did I do it? I don't know if I did it or didn't do it. I've kind of I've mostly been clear about what I wanted to do. Why? Because it was things that I wanted to do. Listen to that. Because sometimes when people are looking for their purpose, you're looking for some strange and random, you put it on this pedestal. I remember saying to a client once, stop putting your life's purpose on a pedestal as if it's something way out there, out of reach. I don't know. Hello, Jenna. How you doing, love? It's so far out there. It's so out of reach. It's some big, huge thing that is just bigger than me, and I don't even know how to begin to see it. No, that's what a lot of people do when we talk about life's purpose. You start looking for some kind of really huge one. When the truth is, for me, how did I know? Because that's what she was asking. How did I know that the divine that told me how did I know my purpose? I knew it because it was what I wanted to do. Again, listen, it was what I wanted to do. For most of us, you get caught up in a life doing all of the stuff you do not want to do. You tell yourself that you have to do that. You have to be around. And as I mentioned, I believe everybody has a true design, even in terms of your relationships. But lots of people have lots of relationships around them that they don't want around them, but they tell themselves they have to have them because that makes you a good person, blah, 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 who knows what. And so we spend most of our life, and not just relationships, in most areas of our lives, we spend most of our life ignoring what we want to do, looking for some magical life's purpose out there somewhere, ignoring the fact that it's going to come down to, what do you want? What do you actually want? What makes you feel good to do? Do you have the courage to do it? So yes, she says she's asking the divine for an answer, but never seems to hear an answer. Because to me, the answer is very, very clear in, what do you like to do? Do it. Who do you like to be with? Be with them. Who do you... When you don't like something, try and get it out of your life, ultimately, because why is it there? If you keep filling your life with things that you think you have to or should do, that will kill your energy. What makes you feel energized? It's like, you can see me now doing this video with you guys. I get energized when I'm doing this, so I know it is my purpose. I don't need the divine to say again, it's your purpose. But then because I've cultivated a relationship with the divine where we do talk about this stuff, I know I can talk front and back. And I said to this lady, and I'll say to you guys, I've done a whole program on this. Divine guidance is one of those. In fact, I've done more than one program on this. I've done how to hear back from the divine. Go and get it. Are you serious about actually practicing? Because it's a practice, how to hear the divine speaking back to you. Get the programs, okay? Get the programs. Get the programs. I teach 4 keys there. It takes me a while to teach them. I can't really do them on one of these short things here. But it literally comes down to taking the time to actually learn to hear the divine. I did. I actually took 12 weeks, bought myself a course to really hone my skill, and then practice. So it gets to the point where now I can be walking along the streets, and it's just a continual conversation that I'm having with the divine. I'm always seeking to live from that connection because, frankly, that's the best way to do it, ultimately. So in terms of the specifics of how do you hear the divine, the programs are there, ready and waiting for you guys to go get them, listen to them, use them. In terms of your purpose itself, let it be as simple as, what do I actually like doing? What do I know? It's like I was working with a client around trying to transition out of the work that they were doing that they knew they didn't like. In fact, they'd even quit at this point. They were trying to then find the thing that they did want to do, because if we're talking about work, then, and it was like, okay, so what do you know the most about? What are you most interested in? Let's just start doing something there. Because that's the thing as well, is that, okay, so number one, what do you want to do? If you're still not quite sure about what you want to do, well, one, you do know what you don't want to do, so we can start eliminating things that way. You can start trying things that there's any kind of interest inside of you to do it. Then start doing that. The problem for most people is that you get scared. If you haven't done something before, then you think you're not going, oh, I don't know how to, and so you stay there waiting for a voice from the heaven to tell you, you need to do that now, when really, you kind of already knew that this makes, I think I could like doing that. So start moving towards that thing. Most of us, so for me, I know that I've had a vision for a very, very, very long time. And the stuff that I'm doing now is stuff that I was doing as a child when I was about 10, 11, 12, leading revivals, all of that stuff in school. I was doing that. So I went through a phase where I ignored all of that and became a pharmacist, thought I'd be a property investor forever, and blah, 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 blah. And then came back to where I started as a child. Some of y'all need to look back. What did you enjoy doing as a child that you now told yourself, or somebody told you that that can't work? And so then start doing something in that direction, because listen, the divine will find it easier to move you when you're moving. It's easier to pivot if you're moving. But if you're just standing still, waiting for complete clarity before you do anything, you won't do anything. Because you're making a choice not to do anything. Whereas if you're saying to yourself, because you could even start to affirm, I am clear on my true place in life. I am clear about my true design. I am clear about my true design, and start embodying that feeling of clarity, and then just start moving towards something you like doing. That's it. Start moving away from relationships you don't like having in your life. Start moving towards relationships you want to have in your life. Start moving away from putting in food in your mouth that you don't really like having in your mouth. Start moving towards food you do want to have in your mouth. Start moving away from being static and not moving your body at all to moving toward, assuming that's part of what you want and you want to put energy into your body, then you start moving towards energy in your body. You start moving away from spending all of your money on everybody instead of taking some moments to look at your money and think, how can I wisely invest this? Basically, you move away from doing the things you don't want to do and you don't like the results of, and you start moving towards the things that you do want, because that's how you're going to figure out. There's not going to be a moment of, well, you will have lots of glimpses and lots of moments when you start really, really allowing yourself to move towards the things you want in your life. But it's an uncovering. It's like uncovering an onion. Yeah, taking the shell off an egg. I don't know, whatever analogy you want to use. People keep thinking that they're going to have, oh, this is the word of the Lord on a scroll. It's going to be written out, and this is it. This is what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. No, even what I'm doing right now, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. But I also know that as I continue, it's going to expand. It's going to grow. I'm going to get even more clear about everything. But I'm for right now, I know enough to do what I'm doing this moment. And I'm doing things that I enjoy. I don't really do anything that I don't enjoy anymore. As much as is possible, I have eliminated from my life as much as possible what I can. And for the things that are still there that I don't really like, we're getting rid of them. Because I know my true design is not going to be alive doing most things that I don't want to do. So I move towards doing the things that I want to do. The divine isn't The divine is waiting for you to decide. That's the thing. And sometimes we're waiting for the divine to tell us things, but it's like, you are the one that knows this. You are the one with the free will. You are the one that decides. Hi, Kara. You are the one that decides, what do I want? What do I want? It's you. You know, there's a verse and I brought up in the Bible, and I love this verse. Actually, I usually write at the beginning of my journal. Delight yourself in the divine, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Honey, it's the desires of your heart that you're being given. The desires of your heart. So what do you desire? That's the question you need to answer. Yes, I feel everybody needs to cultivate a really deep relationship with the divine, an intimate one where it's an actual friendship rather than I'm going through the rules and the rituals to do no, not that. Real friendship, okay? And from that place, yes, then you start getting ideas, you're asking questions, and you start getting your next steps. But I do know that for every single person right now, you do know the next step. But you're waiting for another confirmation. What do you like to do? What do you want in your life? Your true design is going to be based on things you want, you like. It's never going to be based on things you hate. Okay? So that in itself, to me, is start there. If you don't feel you can hear the divine yet, well, I do think you should practice that, absolutely. As I said, go get how to hear back from the divine. But beyond that, or even discern your true design, is a program that I did as well, which is in the Abundance Library. So if you get the Abundance Library, you get access to a heck of a lot of stuff, which helps you cultivate this relationship with the divine. But it also helps you start to get clear on what it is that you want, because the divine, the universe, is waiting for you to decide. So what do you decide? What do you decide? Start moving towards something, because then it's easier to pivot. It's easier to change direction when you're moving. But when you're stood still waiting for some kind of perfect clarity before you do anything, then there's nowhere to go from there. So what do you want? What do you want? What did you like doing as a child? Think about that. That, for a lot of people, that is it. It's that thing that someone looked at you and laughed at you and made you feel a bit silly for doing it. That's the thing. Basically, so you quit doing it, telling yourself, oh, well, that's not practical, I can't do that. That is probably the thing. But you know what? Start with what you like. Start eliminating what you don't like, okay? Start eliminating what you don't like. Connect with the divine, absolutely. Really cultivate a back and forth relationship, please, where it's not just you throwing prayers at the heaven and hoping that someone can hear you, but it's a knowing that you're always loved, and knowing that the wisdom you require is always available to you, always. Always, the next step is available to you. The question is, will you act on it? Will you act on it? That's the question. Anyway, I hope that helps in some way, because a lot of us are very good at seeing everybody else's issues, but then when it comes to our own, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't see anything, and the truth is you do, you can. It's just, you get a bit nervous, you get a bit uncertain, you don't completely believe in yourself, and then you start getting a bit shaky when it comes to your own thing, not so much for everybody else. For some reason, we always seem to have more faith for everybody else than we do for ourselves. But my invitation to you is to cultivate a deeper faith in yourself, a deeper belief in yourself. You do know the answers, and the divine is waiting for you to decide. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want, man? That's the answer. Okay, I hope that helps. If it doesn't, feel free to ask another question and I'll do another stream around it, basically. Okay? But yes, so that's that. We're going to finish by singing the affirmation. Guys, if you haven't joined the Abundance Library and you are someone who has been in maybe my world for any length of time, and you are ready to move forward, you're ready to step onto what I would call the deliberate millionaire pathway, where you're ready to immerse yourself in a different way of doing life, of seeing things, immerse yourself in a different way of thinking, start to shift the things that are keeping you from deep connection with the divine, shift the things that are keeping you from your prosperity, keeping you from loving yourself completely to get to prosperity. If you're ready to become that channel for prosperity, you know, where you're a clear channel, there's not all this nonsense, drama and stuff getting in your way, all the thoughts and the beliefs and the craziness, and you're ready to do the internal work as well as the external work to move yourself forward, then join the Abundance Library. It's almost like a starter program, 30 days. Immerse yourself, either do the Easy Success edition or the Money edition. So Easy Success edition is where you're building your intimacy with the divine. The Money edition is where you're healing your relationship with money. I'm going to add a health one, which is called Slim, Sexy, Strong, Healthy, which was actually a program that I sold for quite a lot because it was a private program. But I thought, you know what, I might add that as another stream. I haven't done it yet, but I will. And at some point, I'm even going to add a relationship stream. But for now, you get the Connect with the Divine, which is the Easy Success edition or the Money edition. Choose one and join in. Start immersing yourself in ideas that are going to elevate you. It's time. It's time, guys. It's time. So message me the word abundance if you want to find out more about the Abundance Library, and I'll get the link over to you. In the meantime, we're riding the waves of plenty, right? Here we go. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm basking in abundant will. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. I'm riding the waves of plenty. Basking in abundant will. I'm basking in abundant will. I'm basking in abundant will. Woohoo! Bask in abundant wealth and ride the waves of plenty. Okay, so that's our Ask Me Anything for today. Share this with somebody else. It's time for us to move forward. Rise victorious in your true design life. Go forth and prosper. Share, share, share. Until the next time, much amazing love for all eternity. Bye. Send in your questions. Always love answering questions, okay? Much love.